This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. That is what I consider to be one of the great classic rock guitar solos. And it often doesn't get the recognition it deserves, I think, which is why I've decided to feature it here. It's not full of shreddy pyrotechnic virtuosity, and it's not overly complex. But then again, you could say that for many guitar solos which are regarded as great classic rock guitar solos. So many of you will already know what the solo is, but some of you won't. I'll put you out your misery. It is the solo from the song Jungle Land, which is the final track on this fine album by Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. And it's Bruce actually playing the solo, so let's have a look at what's going on in the solo.
Solo explanation. Okay,
we'll begin as always by looking at what the solo is played over. 3 chords, C, F and G, arranged like this. Essentially, you get the idea. Basically, that's it. There is a slight variation in the rhythm about halfway through, where instead of going, we go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So that accent on beat 2 just really adds a touch of drama to 2 proceedings. So what we're playing over the top of this, well, it's a mixture of C major scale and C major pentatonic. You can look at the C major pentatonic as just being selected notes from the C major scale anyway. So let's just call it C major scale. Starting with this little repetitive lick here, which is very Chuck Berry inspired. Now, what's clever about that is that you're getting this bend here, which is going on beat 1. Then on the end of beat 1, you're getting this note here, this G note. So it's 1 and then this top note here, this C, is happening on beat 2. So that's 1 and 2. And then when you come back to that bend, that's now happening on the and of beat 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So every time you come back to that bend, it's in a different place relative to the beat than it was the previous time. Sometimes it's on the beat, sometimes it's off the beat. It's basically a little bit of basic syncopation. And what that allows you to do is to keep on repeating the lick, as he does for about 4 bars. Without it sounding repetitive, because it's got that sort of interesting syncopated feel to it. Anyway, as I say, after about 4 bars of that, we come up into essentially what is position 4 of C major pentatonic 4. Into that big bend there, that bending up to that E note there from the D, which is the major third of the C chord that we're on. So then, lovely little lick, that very reminiscent of the sort of thing that Richie Sambora does a lot of the time, basically coming down a major arpeggio but pivoting off the fourth from onto the major third. You hear that sort of thing in a lot of his solos as well, Richie Sambora. So anyway, so hitting the third there, the E, and then bending the B up to the root note, the C there, and then we're into the final part of the solo where he's building up a bit of a kind of head of steam here, a bit of tension to kind of build the solo to a climax, where we've got this. Again, just lovely kind of effective use of a release bend there. A pre-bend, I should say. That plays that 4 times through, that sort of... and so on, 4 times through that. On the last 3, we have a harmony guitar part in there, which is just literally staying a third above all of what the main guitar part is doing. So the harmony comes in as we hit this F note here, and you know, a third above F is A, and he bends up to that, and then so on like that, and then the solo culminates on this big build-up on the F chord, where we just hold that that harmony part there. This time the main guitar part bends up to the F, 17th to 18th fret bend on the 2nd string, and the harmony guitar part is just bending that G up to an A. So you end up with an F note and an A note, major third, root and major third of the F chord that's going underneath. Brilliantly effective solo, great use of syncopation for that first 4-bar Chuck Berry inspired lick. Then there's that lovely little arpeggio kind of thing there. It's, as I say, loads of people use that, but I've seen it in a couple of Sambora solos as well. Maybe he got it from Bruce. And then that nice little harmony bit at the end. So, now we know what's going on in this rather wonderful little solo. Go away and have some fun with it. And as always, you'll find a full tab for the solo in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a clip of me playing it, that explanation you've just seen there, and a jam track for you to play along with for yourself. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, and the link is in the description. $3 or £2.50 a month gets you access to all of these additional resources that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive, massive heartfelt thank you to everyone who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are, of course, linked down below. And that is pretty much the video for today, folks. Hope you've found it useful and informative in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like while you're at it? Don't forget, as always, the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars. Great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.